Excellent, excellent. Poor Charles is beginning to feel the full brunt of the storm now.
Only a matter of time, wouldn't you say, Mr. Scorpio?
I'd say you better be out of your bloody tree if you think you can get away with this.
Oh, but I am getting away with it, as you can plainly see.
Tony should see this, Mikos. Do you have any idea where they are?
Victor, look at the increasing fury of the storm.
Yes, the carbonic snow we've dropped by rocket is remarkably effective. But, Mikos, isn't it a little unusual that Tony didn't show up and Scorpio's presence sounded up the general alarm?
Oh, I find nothing unusual about that.
But I went to their room. They're not there. Where could they possibly be?
We'll discuss this later.
Morning, gentlemen. And Mr. Scorpio.
Well, Albert, I always appreciated your sunny disposition.
Breakfast is ready, sir. I've informed the others.
Ah, splendid. Being at the threshold of success must give everyone quite an appetite.
I can appreciate that. I'm a spot empty myself.
Release our guests.
Oh, Mikos, please.
No, have no concern, Victor. Where could he go? What could he do? Mr. Scorpio is a guest of our new world of the future. He's no longer a prisoner. He's much too bright to resist the inevitable.
I'm deeply flattered.
Come, Mr. Scorpio, share our humble table.
Oh, sweetheart, good morning. Good morning. I'd like to let you sleep. Oh, I'd like to sleep some more myself, but we got trouble. We gotta get moving.
Oh, I was having such a beautiful dream.
Yeah? Were you in Beatrice Corners?
I was back at my apartment.
Your apartment?
Uh-huh. With a sticky door.
The sticky door? That's a wonderful dream?
Uh-huh. It was a wonderful dream. Don't you remember how we used to struggle with the door, and every time we finally got it open, we would always land in each other's arms? It was a wonderful dream.
I'd like to get into that dream, but not right now. We got things to do.
What? Why? What happened? Have the patrols come out again?
Yeah, they've been out all night. As a matter of fact, they've been crawling around here like a bunch of ants. They must have doubled security.
That must mean that Robert's been caught.
Yeah, that's all it could mean.
Look, what are we going to do?
Go over to the entrance to the cave. On the way over, we'll pick up our laundry, take in the bank, maybe a movie, have some breakfast, have the car washed. We'll get down below, and that's right, save the world. Come on. Now, but if anybody comes, dive for cover.
I'm beginning to think that we're going to be living in this greenery forever.
Well, not if the plan works. I don't know, I've been thinking it might not be possible to get back over to the cove where the launch is, where that raft is, without the Spud seeing us.
Luke.
Yeah, also, if I launch you out to sea, I can't be sure that you're not going to hit rough water, or even worse, you might wash back into shore.
Luke, wait a minute.
So the only thing that I can figure, I can't leave you up here either because this is danger.
Luke!
What?
I'm going with you.
I know, that's what I just said.
You did?
Yeah, that's what I said. Didn't you hear me? You have to go with me. There's no other choice.
Oh, good. Well, then it's all settled. Luke, wait a minute.
What?
What about the patrols?
Well, I haven't seen any around. I figure that they must have gone down below for breakfast or something.
Breakfast?
Yeah, breakfast. Everybody has to eat. I mean, even Toulouse-Lautrec has to stop now and then for a leg of lamb. Or a pancake, or those little tiny sausages, maybe?
Luke, will you please cut it out? I'm hungry.
All right, look. I figure this way. We can get past the guards, we get over to the entrance, we set off the explosives. Breakfast will be over. They'll all come out like a bunch of frightened rats.
And then we have to sneak into the opening of the elevator and hope that nobody sees us, right?
Yeah, that'll be the easy part.
Easy?
Well, sure. We don't know what to expect down there. We don't know how big it is. We don't know where Robert is. We don't know where this H.G. Wells weather machine is. We don't know anything down there.
You know, this whole thing seems like a bad dream.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's wrong, Valentine? Why hasn't Mikos contacted us again?
They may be having trouble with interference from a storm.
What's all this mumbo-jumbo about the government doing all it can?
But believe me, we're using every resource that is available to us.
Patients are flooding into this hospital because of the complications of the weather. Are we supposed to sit here and take it?
Why can't we get a fix on that island? What's happened to our satellite surveillance?
We have been trying to vector the island from Mikos transmissions, but he has set up an ingenious relay system. He's contacting us through some robot facility that is located in the Atlantic. And it's a moving ship, something that we, so far, have been unable to detect.
The Cassidines have an island somewhere in the Greek islands. I assume that you've searched there.
Yes, we have. But Mikos would not use such an obvious location to launch his operation.
Right, what about the ship? Have you been able to locate that?
That is exactly what the U.S. Navy is trying to do at this very moment.
It's probably the Cassidine yacht.
Yes, it probably is. But even if we can find it, that doesn't mean that we can pinpoint the exact location of the island.
Something had better be done, and quickly.
Something is being done, Doctor. Washington has the Marines and the Air Force on red alert.
Doesn't do them much good if they can't locate the island, does it, Mr. Valentine?
But when we do locate the island, Doctor, we will then have full attack capability. First, we plan to invade the island.
And what if that doesn't work?
What if that doesn't
Suppose
work?
they have a fortress or something.
Then we will launch a full-scale bombing operation.
Kill everyone on the island.
Doctor, that is not our first choice.
You heard him, Rick. They don't want to bomb the island. Maybe they won't have to.
Dan, Laura is on that island.
You don't know that for sure. All you know is that she got on that yacht with Luke and Scorpio.
You know better than that, Dan. Thank God Leslie isn't here to know exactly what's going on. I'm sorry, sir. We've lost them.
Now, we still can't make contact. Until we do, Doctor, I think it might be a very wise idea to alert some more of your key personnel here at the hospital.
You mean tell them what's really going on?
Well, just enough to let them know what they might be facing.
I don't think one can possibly understand exactly what we are facing.
Doctor, we are going to need some help to hold down the panic if Mikos decides to put this city into a total freeze.
Are the patrols out yet?
No,
Clear?
looks like it. It must still be down below.
Careful.
Take a look at our stuff.
Okay. Explosive?
Yeah. Still got the stun gun?
Yep, 2 darts left. You better carry it.
2 darts. This is risky, baby.
I know.
I know, yeah. All right. Let's take a run for the entrance. Get there before those guards come up from below.
Okay.
Ready? Let's go.
Freshly caught, sir, and broiled to perfection.
No, splendid. My favorite, Albert. Please serve the others. General, where is Corinne?
She asked me to send her apologies.
Apologies.
No, she's frightened about the possibility of intruders, so she prefers to stay in her room.
It would appear that the problem of intruders has been solved.
Yes, a point I must reluctantly concede to.
Well, personally, I feel much safer now that Mikos has caught the only uninvited guest that we're going to have.
Well, perhaps you're right, Tiffany, but Corinne may have an intuitive sense that we should at least consider.
Oh, I agree. I mean, what if there are others on the island? Could be rather sticky wicked, what?
My men have covered every inch of the island, Nigel. We will be well protected.
But not as well as we may have thought. Is that not right, General?
You have a complaint, Victor?
Gentlemen, please. We have a guest at our table.
Please don't let me stop a family mudsling.
Well, you are, after all, an emissary of Valentine, Mr. Scorpio. We do want you to enjoy your breakfast.
Mikos, what about Tony and Alex? As you can see, they are still missing.
We're indebted to you, Victor, for your powers of observation. Tony and Alex left the island during the night to fly back to New York City.
First Max and Noah. And now Tony and Alex.
All these sudden departures, it is a bit unusual, you know, old chap. Nobody even says goodbye.
Well, you see, it was a last-minute decision. I wanted a more direct contact with Valentine as the 0 hour for Port Charles approaches.
Uphill.
I don't know. Come on, let's go.
No. Let me sit and catch my breath.
All right. You got the grenade bracelets handy?
Yeah. They go everywhere I do.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you too.
You know how dangerous this is.
Yeah, I do.
Well, you know, there's still time.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying there's still time to, catch the next raft for Port Charles.
I can't believe you said that. There's no way we can do that, Luke. We have a commitment to Robert. Besides that, sure, we could catch the next raft back to Port Charles, but there may not be anything there, right?
That's right. And I'm so glad you said that.
Good. Come on, let's go.
Hey, wait a minute.
Wait,
no,
you want to rest?
I'm fair.
Come on.
Do you find our guard uniforms practical, Mr. Scorpio?
Wouldn't go to war without one.
Oh, you show very good taste. General, can you give me an explanation for this? Have any of your men reported a uniform missing?
No, sir. But give me a few moments alone with Mr. Scorpio. I'll solve the mystery.
Must you always speak in terms of brute force, General?
You know, it's difficult to believe that our island's security could be penetrated by one man working alone.
Well, the difficult I do immediately. The impossible takes a tad longer.
I think you're lying, Scorpio. Where are your friends?
You ought to know the answer to that, Victor. They're back in Port Charles, dead. You do recall that little incident on the dock, don't you? You had Clay and O'Reilly shot in the back. Wiped out my entire team. I owe you for that.
He's lying.
Well, look, hey, I'm sorry, fellas. I mean, whatever turns you on. I mean, I'm a poor one-man band. If you want to give me credit for being the whole box and dice, then go for it.
That's it. Now I remember.
What are you talking about, Nigel?
This chap, Mr. Scorpio. Hey, I've been trying to place the accent, but I couldn't connect it with the uniform. Now I remember. I ran into you several times on board the yacht while we were en route to the island, right?
Sorry, sport, you've got a wrong number.
Oh, no, I'm absolutely positive. Why, I even remember sharing the sauna with you. That day I barged in, you were there with your two young friends, what? The attractive young lady and the young fellow with the curly hair. Don't you try your tricks on me, Mr. Scorpio. I'm sure you're the chap I remember on the boat. Yes. I'm absolutely positive it was you.
Well, now, perhaps you'd care to change your story, Mr. Scorpio.
Well, I've always said that when you've got your hand caught in the till...
Out with it, Scorpio, the truth.
Your friend there is absolutely right, Kahlua. I was on board the boat.
A stowaway.
I must admit that the accommodations left a lot to be desired.
Now it all makes sense. The crewman that was found unconscious, and the wires in the radio room that had been tampered with, and all the time I thought it was Max.
Max wanted a larger piece of the pie. I had to terminate our arrangement.
Arrangement?
We were partners. At least it started out that way.
And what about the others?
I'm sorry, Mikos. I can't give you a big finish. There are no others, just Max and me.
And what if Max were to deny this alleged partnership?
Then you'd have to make up your own mind as to who you wanted to believe.
I believe Max over this scum.
Oh, your loyalty is commendable, but it won't be necessary to bring Max into this. I think we'll find a solution when we've heard more about these two companions of yours in the sauna.
Merely crew members. I mean, we hardly got to first name terms.
Well, you seem jolly friendly.
Well, what else do you do when you've got no clothes on?
Quite right, actually, if you look at it from that point of view.
You are either a very skillful liar, Mr. Scorpio, or a man who has wisely made peace with the inevitable.
Well, we've at least narrowed it down a spot, haven't we?
Well, this is all quite amusing, but I don't see what on earth you're so concerned about. The poor man's already confessed. I think they should end it.
Well, in any case, I admire your courage, Mr. Scorpio. It's a shame you chose to be on the wrong side.
Beginning to get that feeling myself.
But you'll be useful, nevertheless.
Glad I can be of service.
Yes, once I've made contact with Valentine and let him hear your voice, then he will know that without his esteemed agent's help, he's lost all advantage. And then, finally, the world must capitulate.
What about him?
Oh, I found him to be a delightful guest. Although he did drop in rather unexpectedly. As to his ultimate disposition, I presume I may trust you to handle such matters.
With great pleasure. And the name is Kaluga.
A small K or a capital K?
Come in, Valentine. Do you hear me? Come in. This is Mikos Cassadine. Do you read me?
That's it. Stay on that frequency.
Valentine, come in.
How does Cassadine expect to talk to us when he louses up his own frequency with his lousy weather?
Yeah, well, this is a stalemate. Each side trying to outbluff the other.
Yes, and we're running out of time. It's below freezing out there.
Mr. Valentine, I think we've made contact.
This may be it.
Tonight?
Yes. Well, we're eyeball to eyeball, but we haven't backed down yet.
Maybe Mikos has come to his senses.
You don't believe that?
I'm ready to believe anything.
Mikos, do you read me? This is Valentine.
Yes, Mr. Valentine. I read you quite well now. It's a pleasure to talk to you again.
Look, can we save the pleasantries and let's get on with it?
As you wish. You'll be disappointed to learn that your attempts to locate our island have failed. We've captured one of your agents.
You're bluffing.
Oh, no bluff. Please, listen carefully. You'd be wise to encourage them to accept my terms.
Hello, Valentine. This is CK8. The surf's up, and you really ought to be here.
That is Robert Scorpio.
Could that be a trick? A recording or something?
No. That's Scorpio. He wouldn't use his code designation unless it was a real emergency.
Do you believe me now, Valentine?
All right, Mikos. Where does that leave us?
At precisely the same point. I am most displeased with the silly behavior of your World Security Bureau. You are endangering the life of an entire city with these bravado tricks of yours.
Now, what did you do? Expect us to give up and let you have everything?
That is exactly what I expect.
Look, we are willing to negotiate on any reasonable terms.
There will be no further negotiations. I have decided to move the deadline for freezing Port Charles solid by 12 hours. Did you hear that? You have 12 hours to agree to my terms.
Mikos, I have to check with Washington. There are countries that I have to notify.
12 hours to make your decision, Mr. Valentine. before Port Charles becomes a city of ice.
What? Yeah, that's it. There's only 3 guards.
With 3 guns.
Yeah, well, they won't have a chance to use them if the plan works. Okay, the first one is going right over there between those 2 palm trees and the bushes.
What, you mean you're gonna throw it?
That's what I plan to do, yeah.
Don't miss.
If I do, you'll hear about it.
So will the rest of the island.
It's a diversionary tactic, that's all.
What does that mean?
Well, that means that, hopefully, if it works, the thing explodes. The guards come out to check it.
And then?
And then we just sneak into the elevator, push the basement floor.
Okay. You really think that's gonna work?
I don't know. I hope so. It should.
Well, what if it doesn't?
Well, if it doesn't, review your options, because we're gonna have to come up with something else.
Looks like the ice parade just walked in, after an avalanche.
What are they doing outside?
Rick set up a foot patrol to try and find all the old people that can't get to the hospital. They got the streets blocked.
Good. Nice job for sub-freezing temperatures.
Yeah. Wonder if they found anybody.
Dr. Noah Drake, Nurse Bobby Spencer, Nurse Ann Logan.
Let's go.
Please report.
I think you just got your answer.
Dr. Noah Drake, Nurse Bobby Spencer, Nurse Ann Logan. Please report to emergency.
I must remind you, you will be responsible for the death of a city unless I hear from you within 12 hours.
I told you I need time, Mikos.
The deadline has been set. I advise you to consult with your government very quickly.
Give me your assurance that nothing will be done until I can get back to you.
I will give you this assurance. There will only be one more transmission before I allow Port Charles to completely freeze. Think about it carefully. Have your decision ready.
Now, when I throw this, remember, all hell breaks loose.
Do it.
That's my baby. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, now?
No, not yet. Hold on. As soon as they come out of there, as soon as all their